What's up, suckers? It's Ella from the Lazy Girl World, where we talk about all things movie and TV, all told through the eyes of a 30-something-year-old black woman. You see it, get into it. Today, we're going to be talking about the good, the bad, and the ugh mugs and Venom, Let There Be Carnage, released in theaters. It's today, but also it released last night. So, we have... This one is actually about Eddie Brock. Obviously, he's from the first Venom. He's attempting to reignite his career by interviewing a serial killer, Cletus Cassidy. And Cletus then becomes the host of the symbiote Carnage. He escapes prison after a failed execution. Okay, so we have as Carnage / Cletus, we have Woody Harrelson. We have Naomi Harris as Frances Barrison / Shriek. We have Tom Hardy once again, obviously as Venom / Eddie. We have Michelle Williams as Anne. We have Reed Scott as Dan, and we have Stephen Graham as Detective Mulligan. This is directed by Andy Serkis, okay? I just realized his last name sounds like Serkis. But whatever. That's neither here nor there. Let's get into the good of the movie. So, I actually like that we got a lot more Venom. Or at least to me, it felt like I was seeing a lot more Venom than I did last time. Obviously, because in the first movie, he wasn't there for a piece of it. So, we got a lot more of him now. A lot more talking, okay? A lot more dialogue between him and Eddie. So I actually like the fact that we got to see, obviously we saw it in the last one, okay, yes, but we get to see his strength, his abilities, just on the day-to-day, just how strong he is, how fast he is, how high he can jump, all of that good stuff. I loved it, because obviously the name of the movie is Venom, not Eddie, so show me Venom being Venom. But also, I realized at the same time that Venom is a jerk, man. He is mean. He's out here controlling this man's whole life. Like, so yes, like, you be doing good stuff, but also you're rude. So that's how that went. I got to understand that as I was watching this movie. I also love how invested Venom is in Eddie's love life. Like, you would think that Anne was Venom's girlfriend. That's how invested he is. And then so with that, we get to see just how much control Venom has over Eddie, so I love seeing that. Like, obviously, he's a symbiote, they're supposed to be symbiotic, but also that he's controlling that man. That man is a prisoner. Alright, so another thing that I really like that I thought was super interesting, I actually like Woody Harrelson's acting. I like him in most things. He's actually a really good actor, so I kind of make it my business to see everything that he's in, so I felt like, you know, he was good. He was good, but in this instance, to me, he was not great. I mean, he's playing a serial killer, so I feel like he gave me Woody Harrelson, which he always does. But, like, I want more. I want stone face or, like, crazy eyes or, like, leering. Like, I want something. So, obviously, we get Woody Harrelson's face. His face, to me, isn't necessarily creepy. So, do something to make it look creepy for me. So, I wish he had just played that a little bit more. Like, lean more into the role of Cletus Cassidy. I also liked... Where's the other one? I also like Naomi Harris. I don't know if you guys know who Naomi Harris is. She's in a lot, okay? She's in a lot. She's a ninja assassin. That's the thing that came off the top of my head. But whenever I see her in a movie, though, I never recognize that it's her until later. And I'm like, oh, who's that black lady? And it's like, oh, Naomi Harris. Cool. So if you don't remember her, besides the fact that she's a ninja assassin, she was also in Pirates of the Caribbean, I think at World's End or Edge or whatever it's called. She was in Pirates of the Caribbean movie. She was Tia Dalma, okay? Remember? You remember her. So, obviously, to me, in that movie, she was a villain. She was rude. She was out there tricking people. And in this movie, she comes back as a villain as well. She comes back as Shriek, okay? I feel like whenever she goes into a role like that, like with Tia Dalma, she went all in. I feel like with Shriek, she went all in as well. Like I said, I didn't recognize that was her. You know, she's always like changing her voice, and like she does little things. So she gives you a worthwhile performance to watch, and I enjoyed watching her on the screen. I mean, obviously Tom Hardy, he gives you Tom Hardy, so he gets into it. But obviously, you know, this is kind of like a silly-ish movie, so we get silly-ish Tom Hardy. Yeah, so this movie kind of reminded me of, in some instances, in some ways, it reminded me of Gremlins. You remember Gremlins? Like with the bright light, don't get them wet because what happens? Pop, pop, pop. That's what it reminded me of in this movie. And then I just want to say that, like, if a symbiote, like, alien dude, like, comes to attack, like, there were a lot of people trying to protect people. I am not protecting you. Like, I can't even say if I were to protect my family. You know, like we all see the symbiote, right? We all need to run, okay? Get under a table. You know, make sure we're out of the line of sight. I cannot make promises that I will help you, that I will protect you. Like, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. Sorry, Mama. I love you, but I cannot protect you from the symbiote. So, just a couple of bad things. They weren't, like, too bad, but to me, they were bad. Obviously, if I'm watching an action movie, I want stuff to happen immediately. Alright, I'm talking about I want an explosion within the first 2 seconds. We don't get an explosion within the first 2 seconds. We get not an explosion. We get into the action within maybe 20-25 minutes. To me, that's too long, okay? Like, there was a little bit that happened at the beginning, but to me, like, to really get into the action, to really get into the meat of the fact that there's a Let There Be Carnage, there's supposed to be some red symbiote running around, that took entirely too long for me. Like, when it got there, it got there. And I was all in, I was invested, and it never let its foot up off the brake. But before that, I was like, yo, this is enough of this. You know, they fill that time with just, like, conversations and scenes between Eddie and Brock. Or, I'm sorry, Eddie and Venom. Which, obviously, you know, cool. That's cool. Let's see the relationship between those two. But also, we saw the relationship between those two in the first movie. I really don't need more of that. Like, I can kind of figure out how they're getting along, okay? You have an alien parasite on your body. You're not getting along too well. Like, you're getting there, but it's not great. So, you know, that for me was just like, I could do without this. Let's hurry it up. Another thing that I felt like was bad was that they didn't really explain Carnage's birth at all. Like, we know how it happened, but I need some explanation. Why is Carnage red and not black like the other ones? Like we saw in the preview. You know, Eddie was like, come on, let's get him. And Venom was like, no, that's a red one. We don't do that. We're going to die. And he's like, what? What are you talking about? That is a red one. Why is that a red one? Like, based on the birth, why is that the birth creation? Why is he red? You know, why is Venom the smallest one out of everybody? Okay, let's figure that out right now. So, I want more. Also, can we explain Shriek, please? Okay? All of a sudden, there was a girl with powers. What? Where did they come from? Was she experimenting on? Was she born like that? You know, Venom is a parasite. He's an alien. What is she? She was just born like that? She an X-Men villain? Like, give me more. Give me more. Give me some explanation. So, those were the things that I felt like could have been improved upon. Okay? You know, I don't need all that talking. And explain to me who Carnage is. And explain to me how this little girl got her powers. Okay? We out here explaining Woody Harrelson. Don't nobody care about him. He's a serial killer. We want to know about the other stuff. The more important stuff. So, those were the bad. Obviously, the Ugg mugs. I'm going to get into it. This was just a funny bit that I liked in the movie. It's not really going to give nothing away at all. But I just thought it was funny. Because Venom, you know, he's out here doing Venom stuff, doing whatever he wants to do. He goes and helps somebody. And Eddie's like, she didn't want our help. And Venom's like, she didn't know she needed our help, Eddie. There's a difference. And when I tell you, I cracked up laughing. Like, how you gonna tell somebody you didn't know you needed my help? I helped you, but you didn't know you needed it. You thought you had it, but you didn't. Like what? I got this. I thought that was funny. Also, as a person that has a symbiote, if y'all are actually symbiotic, okay, what's the first thing you're doing? Like, you got Venom attached to your body. You know, assuming that at this point in time you have control, okay, like he on you, but you kind of walking around doing whatever you want to do. What is the first thing you're doing? I want to know down in the comments below, and I'll let y'all know down in the comments below too, because I ain't gonna tell y'all in this video. Anyway, so do I think it's worth watching? Yes, absolutely. I feel like it was a rocking good time. Okay, it was fun, and I was here for it. So go ahead and sit in theaters, drive in, whatever. You know, I think it's worth the money that you are going to spend, and the time that you're going to spend. So, if there's anything else that you guys would like for me to review, as always, leave it down in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!